starts off. Good morning, good evening, fellow adventurers. We have returned to Baldur's Gate 3, and as you may recall, or not, the last time we left off with Cadence and her newfound friends have arrived at the Grove. They have the answers in which direction to lead to find the creche, or at the very least, more of Lae'zel's kin. There's still a lot of strife between Shadowheart and Lae'zel, which Cadence is trying to kind of cajole as much as she can. This is her first time ever being around a Githyanki, but she is fully aware of them thanks to her father. So, this is where we are now. We have Will and Astarion in camp waiting for us, and right now we're going to continue to the Druid's Grove and talk to Kaga. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a wonderful day or evening, and I'll hand it over to Cadence.
These boots have seen everything. But that'll fit in my pack.
Not now. We're working. Remember? Come on. Just once. Yeah, just once.
Always happy to find thieves' tools.
Can't keep me out.
Excellent. Bit of a gold never hurt. We might pick up something useful to help us stay alive. There's a little bit of a disagreement again.
Please, let us through.
It is forbidden.
What is this?
Let my daughter go right now! She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back! Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
This I am unfortunately not new to.
Do all the damn rituals you want. We're not leaving till it's safe.
We're not scared of you.
Damn it! We could have taken those guards.
I'd rather you not get eaten by a bear.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
We need to get Arabella out. Now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Korga to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake. Ugh!
I saw what happened. Why are the druids holding your daughter?
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
She was caught. Foolish child. Let them judge her.
All right. So a child, understanding through the conversations of adults that the idol is being used to close off the grove. In her mind, stealing that idol would stop the closing of the grove, and therefore keep her and her parents safe. Not making light of stealing, just thinking that it was understandable. She's just a child. I will talk to them. I'm going to see Kaga now, if that's okay with you.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
We'll go.
Blood on your hands.
She must be terrified.
I bet she's giving them hell. She's not out here.
Oh,
Calm, Magrin. Give her a chance. You, get back!
oh. Is that the chant you speak of? I'm not looking for trouble. Might I get by?
No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Times of strife are not times to make enemies. You'll find yourself alone and quite vulnerable. And here is the ritual. That must be the idol. So it is.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Have you lost your senses, Korga? Release her.
What?
Stole the idol of Sylvanas. She must pay the price. We will imprison the thief under guard of my
What?
servant. When we cast out the rest, she may join them. Let the devil be an example.
An example of a child.
Outlanders no longer. The grove will be made safe. The circle will be closed.
Oh God.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga.
Why
She's
a
just a...
snake?
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Thief? Poison? What's this girl's actual crime?
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Good God.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
Why the snake? Sylvanas was more concerned with nobly sown seeds than punishing children. Was he not?
The words of the Tree Father, spoken plain. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila, to me. Out, thief.
Good God.
My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
What?
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Good. The child is released. I know you're not happy, Lizelle.
Speak.
I know you're not happy. We will be quick. But there are some things we shouldn't turn our heads to. Some things we cannot ignore. I understand we're against time. But we can't be monsters in the end.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
How badly does it hurt you, Shadow?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
Are you sure it's not connected to our little guests?
Positive. You can trust me on that.
Very well.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break, hmm? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
No rest for the likes of us, Gale.
What? No rest for the dashing? Pish posh. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
What kind of condition is this?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Okay. So, your illness causes you to consume raw magic.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
I'll help you. It's like no condition I've ever heard of, but I'll help. I believe you, Gale.
You have my thanks. And fear not. Your implicit trust is well placed and will be rewarded with any and all means at my disposal. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
You can. Now, let's talk. Let's talk to Wrath. I want to get a little bit more about what's happening with Koga, and her hostility has to be coming from somewhere.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
Koga seems dangerous.
Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader.
She seems happy to rule. Who's your actual leader?
Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Korga back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad.
I'm in need of a healer. Badly.
Like many, you seek Halsin's craft. But you'd have to settle for Nettie. Find her further in the cave. Her gift is great too. You can trust her.
It sounds like Halsin is powerful. Where is he?
The adventurers say they lost track of him in a temple to the west. Would that I could track him myself, but I cannot leave with Korga doing as she wills.
Understood. If no one's looking for Halsin, I could do it.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
I'll find him if I can. I can't promise, but I will try.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
I thank you. All right. Let's speak to her.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
I understand that you're protecting your own, and cruelty can be required. It's an understanding, but not an agreement.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
This rite must be born of powerful magic.
The rite of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary.
No one leaves.
None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanus demands that we choke them out.
Brambles holding people in. This is not desirous. Why would they want to stay if the leaders come to such madness? I promised Zevlor I would speak on his behalf, though I realize she is not going to be receptive. But I have to try. Koga, I came on Zeblor's behalf. His people could perish if you force them out.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike. You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Her hostility worries me. There is a reason for it. It is not like any druids I've seen before. I've dealt with many wood elves. I don't understand. Let's talk to Nettie and give me more time to think on this. What is this? Let's try the next one.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
Vis medicatrix.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
I believe you may be the person I'm looking for. Nettie?
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Healing is what we need.
Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired round the eyes, maybe.
No good way of putting this, Nettie, but I've been infected with a tadpole. A tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A Mindflayer tadpole?
You know of them? Can you help me?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
She drew back her breath when she found out what my cause was. This is a bad sign. A bad sign.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
The drow and I have the same kind of parasite?
Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start. It's why he joined the adventurers on their expedition. To find out what was happening. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. All right. Let's see what we can do.
I'm frightened. She makes me feel uneasy because she's frightened. What's that plant, Nettie? Will it help us?
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
I can merge my mind with anyone else that's infected. Telepathy.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On a Mindflayer ship, Nettie. We were kidnapped. Infected.
A Mindflayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
I swear, I would not allow myself to hurt others if I could stop it.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a Mindflayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of Mindflayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
You must have learned something additional when studying them?
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from Mindflayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
So, you were tracking other victims, and did they change?
Hard to say, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne, and I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers, joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Do you think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, You're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
It sounds wonderful. Are you sure he may be able to cure me?
I can't make any promises. This is like nothing we've seen before. But I know this for sure. Master Halsin is the only one close to understanding these things. He's your best bet to survive. Otherwise, that vial's your only option.
Well, I like to think of the vial as my last option. I'll find him.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your... Step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Wyvern poison. Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way.
Better a quick draft than ceremorphosis, nonetheless.
For sure.
Chuck. Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
We aren't abandoning that. That's for certain. But you seem sure that a creche is our only path for a cure.
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Ka'lir library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
That kind of wisdom is quite valuable.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Interesting.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. So be it.
There's something in that vessel.
But...
Take a closer look.
What's that voice in my head? Something in the vessel. What? It's a Mindflayer specimen. My dear Nettie, I entrust you with the circlet to open the library. Wear it always if you need to enter the vault. Talk to Wrath. He has the rune, but won't give it to anyone, so be sure you have a good reason to ask. Protect your research while I'm gone and take care of the animals. Don't give fish to Tuffet. She's getting lazy. Master Halsin. Anatomical sketches of drow and illithid. What is this? The parasite was nestled deep in the brain matter. Illithid undoubtedly. Yet the host seemed unaware while alive. No visible signs of ceremorphosis on the cadaver. Most strange. Wait. He died. With the tadpole. He didn't turn. What is happening?
Looks like Halsin's our best bet for a cure.
Time to track him down and see what he knows.
Extraordinary happenings.
Let's be optimistic and assume he's still among the living.
I agree. Looks like while meditating in the forest...
Only a Githyanki creche holds our cure.
Okay, Lae'zel. Looks like while they were meditating, they were ambushed by a pack of goblins, led by a drow. What was extraordinary is the drow that stands, well, he no longer stands, that lay beside us. A parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. This is what was in this vessel I have. Good God. I'm gonna take a little. I may need these. After all, we're going to be looking after him now. Interestingly enough. There's a letter on him. Track the druid. Find whatever burrow he runs to and report back to me. Remember, you are only a scout. Do not engage. Do not kill anyone. Simply observe and return. I shall decide what to do next. M. There are more enemies than goblins, I say you. We must be very cautious while we look for Halfling and this creche. I would love to take a look at some of Koga's personal items. Don't see anything here that belongs to her. Perhaps in the first. We'll be cautious. Last thing I want is for us to get in trouble in here. I don't want to hurt anyone. Rite of Thorns. Instructions. Interesting. Oh. Forces interrupt. Must be destroyed. It also says the grove must help those. This is very strange. Chest, no less. Give me a moment.
Just out of view.
I thought I saw something.
Don't waste a step.
Koga's chest. Has to be. It's definitely a chest of a leader. Maybe Wrath's. I'll just look.
Bet I can crack that open.
Looking won't hurt.
Carefully now.
Give me but a moment. Swamp dogs, tree, meet me alone, Olidin. She is working with someone outside the grove. Perhaps we'll come across this tree.
Best be on my way.
Find out what she's hiding. If we could be so lucky.
Here goes nothing.
Forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. Beasts chasing beasts alongside a wild woman. A depiction of some local folktale, perhaps.
Gale. There you are. Gale, can you make sense of this?
Excellent choice.
The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. The mural depicts druid and beast fighting together to drive monsters from their land. It looks like they were victorious, and yet the monsters have returned.
They worked with beasts.
As you wish.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural depicts a ritual, but you do not recognize the deity involved.
Deity. Shadowheart?
No time to
Can
dally.
you make sense of it?
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural shows druids claiming the grove in the name of the old oak, Sylvanus, god of nature.
I see.
Which way to the nearest library? My pleasure. On it.
The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. History or myth, whatever is depicted here is long past.
There's no time to waste.
The tower, you see vanquished foes heaped at the druid's feet. The fallen bear Shah's sacred symbol on their armor and banners. The inscription speaks of moonrise, a reference to vile Saluna, no doubt. She and her druid allies bloodied Shah's forces. But Shah persists. She thrives.
No one back home will ever believe this. Seems simple enough.
That mural.
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild. A riddle to some, but you understand the meaning immediately. The druids turn to the harpers for help. Unusual for such a territorial group.
We have the right to defend our home.
How much farther can I go?
I don't want to kill anyone, but I won't let this grove be harmed. Not again.
Temple of Shah. Where? And what's this about a curse?
We must be careful. Choose your words very carefully here. They have a past for reaching for help, but yet they turn others away.
Fly quick. Fly safe.
What? I'm wearing it in a chest. That's fine.
I thought you were Halfling.
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Oh, settle there.
Where's Halfling? Promise me a mate.
Oh my. Well, our hopes is he'll be back soon. Very nice. She was talking to this little bird. Let's see what is going on here. Hello.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
friend. Trinkets will rust. A song shines on forever. And you have a voice already. Give it a try.
He lets out a tentative chirp. Gaining confidence, he starts a song, abandoning his nest-building efforts.
Yes. Lovely. A shiny key, eh? So be it. I see someone who looks familiar to me. If only in the dress.
You there!
Hello!
Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no?
Yes.
When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
As I can imagine. Ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Well, in the art of storytelling, didn't you see the tentacled ship? It was an illithid invasion force. The goblins were being controlled by Mindflayers.
Ye gods! Can it be? How terribly compelling.
Indeed.
And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Oh, well, for the sake of story, neither. It was a gold dragon. Scales glittering and wings gleaming.
A gold dragon! How marvelous. Thank heaven you were here to specify, or I might have recorded a bold-faced lie. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Actually, they did. Quite so. They sang the phrase like a battle hymn.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
I'm familiar with Maglabiet and the clans that follow. It is strange. They did call the Absolute. Dramatic. How has Maglabiet responded?
Oh, I'd imagine him quite displeased. Since their change in allegiance, these goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to dawdle.
Well, what brought you here? To the wilds and to this camp?
Why, goblins, obviously. Well, someone ought to chronicle these curious events. I'd heard the master of this place, a druid called Halfling, might be able to point me in the right direction. But he's been quite captured by them already. Ironic, really.
Well, be careful, please. Goblins aren't known for mercy.
Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket?
Until we meet again.
Well, the latter might help some. Interesting.
Pardon me, I must prepare to travel. Good day, my friend.
Good day.
Would that we could speak freely, my Ursine friend. Alas, I've never learned to converse with your kind.
I hear something. Up here. Lovely.
Remind me. No, that doesn't work. Damn it.
Excuse me.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become.
Words of mine will turn to ash.
Words of mine will turn to ash when you cool the last light down.
Moon reminds me of your grace.
Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Wait, that's it!
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Moon, sun, oh, remind me of your grace. Faith, care, all the love I can't repay. Moon, sun, oh, remind me of your grace. Faith, care, all the love I can't repay. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
Thank you. I was having trouble finding the words. Lihala, my teacher and friend. Sorry. Damn it.
It's all right. I thank you for sharing that song with us. It moved me a great deal. It's alright, let out all the emotion. There's one good thing from performing. It is a bit of a purge.
I don't usually. I'm all right. I haven't finished a song since Lihala died. I haven't played at all, if I'm honest. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
That is terrible. I'm so sorry.
It was awful. I couldn't look at a lute without hearing her screaming. Until now, I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch in my fingers to perfect a song. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to her. Thank you. I needed this.
I understand. Completely, rather. So many times I've played my instrument and sang songs of joy and memory. And sometimes I sang of horror, of which I retell. This time I have my own.
Don't give me trouble now.
Interesting. Let's see. How the child. Good.
Stealing the idol.
Good.
What were you thinking?
I was trying to help.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a gnoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
I was happy to do one kind thing. No more light-fingered antics, right? Arabella?
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me.
Of course.
Bells, it's our job to get us out of
You're
here
very
safely,
welcome, dear.
not yours.
It's my job too. The druids don't care about us. No one does.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring.
I might be boring, but I'm certainly not invisible.
You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks. You find the edges of a concealed entrance.
Shall we have a look? Ah. This is where they hide. Interesting. What is that?
Vlaakith's will be done.
Certainly she can make it. No? Impossible. as far as she can jump? Never you mind.
No time to rest. Light on my feet.
So be it then.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here.
You saved Arabella from the Druids. Don't know what those bastards would have done.
Well, I was happy to help her.
And we're happy to be helped. Now, what can I do for you?
Do you have anything to trade? Ah, interesting. Nothing that I have much interest in, though.
Anything else?
Do you need any help?
I do, as a matter of fact. Revenge. You saw what those bastards that run the place were doing to Arabella, scaring the precious mite. I want to steal that big, shiny idol they're all chanting at.
Yes, so many do. That's what got Arabella a bit in trouble. In the coils of a snake, as I recall. I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. They look as brittle as old bark. But they're vicious. Anything else?
No.
You've been a friend to us. Come back anytime.
I appreciate that. Now. Interesting. So we came in.
Let's see.
Aye.
Something over there.
Something only I know.
Oh,
Make one up.
interesting.
You can do that.
So,
I'd have to be a lot smaller to squeeze in there.
come on now.